Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nardus Redelinghuys, and today I'm going to discuss saver plans, specifically saver plans discovery health. How does a saver plan work? And very important, I will suggest that you first go and watch my video on the basics of a medical aid. Once you've got the basics, the saver plan, the explanation of a saver plan will all fall easily into place. So, a saver plan has got 4 components, consisting out of risk cover and also day-to-day care. Risk cover being 1, hospitalization, 2, rescue services, 3, the 27 chronic conditions as laid down by law, and component 4 then is your day-to-day care. Hospitalization, very important again, and I'm referring to my video on the basics of medical aids. Please go and watch the video. But to summarize, hospitalization again, to be covered from the hospital benefit, it must be an authorized admittable procedure, meaning that you're wearing a bangle and a gown. There's 2 types of hospitalization. Hospitalization for I know procedures, hospitalization for I didn't know procedures, what we also call planned procedures and emergency procedures. And very important in terms of hospitalization is you need to look at the rate of reimbursement, ROR. So, on saver plans, you are covered for hospitalization. Only requirement is you need to be wearing a bangle and a gown, meaning it's an authorized admittable procedure. There's 2 types of hospitalization, planned procedures and emergencies. And then you need to know and look at the rate of reimbursement. This plan also covers rescue services, ambulances and helicopters, air and road transportation to get to the hospital facility. And it provides you with an international rescue service benefit for emergency hospitalization and emergency evacuation. There, they provide you with R5 million per 90 days journey per person. So, hospitalization, rescue services. This plan also gives you cover for the 27 chronic conditions as laid down by law. Those are conditions such as A, asthma, B, blood pressure, C, cholesterol, D, diabetes, E, epilepsy, and K, cancer, the big 6. So 1, my condition must be on a condition list. 2, my risk factor must be in line. 3 is they got a formulary list of medication. If you use the medication on the list, it could be covered in full. And on some of the saver plans, if you do not want to or cannot use the medication on the list, they give you a monthly rand value like a subsidy, and they'll pay your medication up to that specific rand value per month. The chronic condition benefit provides you cover for certain conditions then, consisting out of certain tests, plus medication, plus consultations. And it's paid from the risk portion benefit of the scheme. This plan also provides cover for cancer. If you are admitted because of your cancer, it comes from the in-hospital benefit, and the in-hospital benefit has got no overall annual limit. If it's out of hospital cancer care, you go to your oncologist, he does some tests, he does some scans, consultations, medication, they call it the basket of care. Therefore, you get 200,000 rand per person per year, per 12-month cycle. Cycle just means from date of diagnosis, 12 months. September to September, June to June, May to May, March to March, for example. Once you reach your 200,000 out of hospital, it's got nothing to do with the in-hospital cancer care. It's only out of hospital cancer care. Once you reach your 200,000 out of hospital within the 12 months rolling period cycle, the scheme will pay 80% for everything above 200,000, and you'll have a 20% co-payment. Okay, so hospital rescue service and cover for the 27 chronic conditions as laid down by law, including cancer care. In terms of day-to-day care, what is day-to-day care? Day-to-day care again is things such as doctors, dentists, x-rays, blood tests, gynaes, physiotherapists, hearing aids, crutches, moon boots, over-the-counter medication, prescribed medication, private nurses and casualties. So, for day-to-day care, saver plans provide you with a benefit, a thing called a medical savings account. Ugliest word in the industry, medical savings account. Savings mean it's mine. Savings means I'm preserving it for later. Savings mean I'm busy with a type of investment. bad news. You can't invest through your medical aid. If you want to invest, jump in your car, Sandton, Menlo Park, Investec has got some buildings there, go and invest with them. You can't invest through your medical aid. So, the medical aid, medical savings account will, shall and must pay for all these day-to-day care such as doctors, dentists, x-rays, blood tests, gynae specialists, etc. up and to the amount available in your medical savings account. The good thing about the medical savings account is what you don't use, you don't lose. So every year, 31st of December, what you didn't use, you didn't lose, and it carries over from one year to another. But on a saver plan, there is no additional benefit for dentistry or additional benefit for x-rays or blood tests or gynaes or glasses. It's all subject to the amount available in your medical savings account. Now, if you need to go for diagnostics, an MRI scan or a CT scan, if the scan is done in hospital while you are already admitted, you're wearing your bangle in your gown, you're eating your custard in your jelly, you're watching television, the nurse storms in, she says, put down the jelly, switch off the TV. You say what now? Say, you're going for a scan. Then the whole scan will be paid from the hospital benefit because you are already admitted, because you are already wearing a bangle and a gown. But if it's a diagnostic scan, you're not already admitted. The doctor says, I don't know what's wrong with you. Go to the hospital, go and do the scan. Then the first 2,950 Rand of a scan amount will be paid out of your day-to-day care benefits, and the balance will be paid from the hospital benefit. So this is seen as a co-payment. Some hospitals can ask you to pay it up front and claim it back, and some facilities will say, we'll deduct it from your savings account and the medical scheme will pay the rest. If your savings account is depleted, automatically you'll have to pay that amount there and then. So that's scan cover. If you need to go for a scope, colonoscopy, gastroscopy, 2 from the top, 2 from the bottom. If it's from the top, and the doctor can do it in his rooms, he just needs to phone for authorization, and the whole scan amount will be paid from the hospital benefit, although they are doing it in the doctor's rooms. But if it's from the bottom, with all respect said, and the doctor is afraid there could be an explosion, and he suggests you rather go to the hospital that should something explode, you near the theatre, then there's a co-payment of 4,550 Rand because now the hospital charge more fees because you're using their facility and their equipment and their people and their time, etc. This 4,550 Rand co-payment can be reimbursed from your medical savings account. So, to summarize, saver plans, 4 components: hospital, rescue service, chronic condition cover, and a medical savings account for all your day-to-day care. There are 3 main saver plans. The first saver plan is called a classic saver plan. Classic saver plan, you can go to any private hospital of your choice for both I know and I didn't know procedures, both planned and emergency procedures, any hospital of your choice, and your rate of reimbursement in hospital is 200%. Then essential saver plans, any hospital of choice, but your rate of reimbursement in hospital is only 100% of the contracted in medical aid rate. Coastal saver plan, if it's a planned procedure, you must go to a coastal area private hospital. And your rate of reimbursement will also be only 100% of the contracted in medical aid rate. Now, if you want to save a bit of money and you are considering a classic plan or an essential plan, you can consider looking at a Delta option, a Delta version of the classic saver and a Delta version of the essential saver. So we'll call that classic Delta saver or essential Delta saver. So Delta just means if it's a planned procedure, look at this, if it's a planned procedure, I must go to a list of hospitals. So a planned procedure on a Delta plan, you must go to a list of hospitals. If you prefer not to go to a list of hospitals for whatever reason, when it's a planned procedure, there will be a co-payment of 7,650 Rand per admission. But Nardus said, If it's an emergency, you can use the nearest hospital, as long as it's an authorized, admittable procedure, and as long as there's a very good reason why you could not have gone to a network hospital if you're on a Delta plan. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this video on saver plans. For more information, please visit my website.